Hey guys, so I'm just heading down to a job. We're heading down to Warrnambool today. Gonna go do some locating and some surveying. So yeah, I figured I might just film away and let's do another job. All right, let's go. Alright guys, so let me just fill you in with what we're up to today. I am just driving at the moment, so you have to forgive me if I can't look at the camera while I'm driving. But so the details are what's going on. We're heading down to a job. They're putting so it's still in design stage. What they're doing is they're going to be boring a new HV power cable underneath a train line. They're going to be going from one side of the road to the other underneath a train line. And they need to, right now it goes overhead, and they want to put it under the rail. So that is what they're up to, and before they do any of that, so they're still in the design stage, before they do any of that, they need to know exactly where all the underground services are. So we're going to go out there and locate where all the services are, put it all on a plan for them, and then when they know where it all is, they know how deep everything is, then they can go through and design their bore accordingly. That is it really. As I say, it's still only design stage, so hopefully we don't find anything too bad for them. Well, actually, these guys are being clever because they're doing the locating now while they're designing it, so then they can adjust it accordingly. There's a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, you see a lot of times jobs get held up, jobs don't go ahead, or jobs get stopped halfway through a project because they've come across something they didn't know about, because of stuff on DOB, because of stuff that they've found on site that wasn't on DOB 3D plans, a range of different stuff. There's actually a project in Melbourne at the moment. They're doing a new bridge, and the gas main isn't where they thought it was, so they've had to change everything, and it's on the headlines and the news at the moment. But that's why you should always go through, make sure you know where everything is when you're still designing the job. Know exactly where everything is, not just from the plans, know exactly where it all is. Then you can then design your bore, or design your project, or design your new road, or design your roundabout, whatever you're putting in, design it accordingly because you know where it all is. So that is what we're doing. I've already looked at the DOB plans, so there should be 3 water mains out there, as well as some Vic Track optic fibre and some other services, but I think it should all be pretty straightforward. Alright, talk soon. Alright guys, so I've just got to site. I've been on site now for half an hour. I've been looking around. I've been looking at the DOB plans, lifting pits, and getting a good feel for it, see what's here. Actually, that's probably a good point to make. So there's a lot of times we'll work for clients that we haven't worked for before. There's a lot of times we'll work for someone that hasn't used us before, hasn't used a locator before, I should say. And you get to site and you're then looking at your phone or looking at iPad and trying to look at plans and trying to get an idea and lifting pits and walking around. And they're like, just get into it, start locating. And they don't understand that even though I might have looked at the plans in the office, even though I might be able to hook on the cable and locate it, I want to get a feel for where everything is first. I don't want to start locating a telephone cable, going from there to another point, if I know there's something else that could be in the area that could be interfering with my signal. I want to get a feel for it first. So I try to look at all the plans first before we get started and go for a walk and just get a good feel for around, lift up pits, get an idea what's here. So yeah, people that haven't used this before are used to, guys get out and start working straight away, get a bit disheartened, but most of the time at the end of it, when they see what we've done, they're pretty happy. But anyway, going back to this job, I've just got here, looked around the plans, I've got an idea what's here. I said before there was 3 water mains. I reckon there's only going to be 1 that's in the way. The other 2 should be out of the way. No, sorry, let me change that, because they're boring to the other side of the road. So yeah, there'll be 2 that will be in the way. There's also, I've found that there's sewer main out here. So out here, the sewer is not, so the council look after the sewer out here, and the council are not part of DOB 3D. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It happens every now and then. You go to areas and there are services underground that are not on DOB 3D. Now, DOB 3D, for us that use it, it's free. For the utilities to put their services on there, I might walk away from this road because it's a bit noisy. For the utilities that put their stuff on there, they've got to pay. So maybe the council don't want to pay the, I think it's $1.20 at the moment. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the rate is at the moment. I think you pay $1.20 every time someone puts a request in or something like that. Again, I don't know why these companies don't want to go part of dial before you dig. You think you would. This way you know that you've done everything you can to help prevent accidents, prevent people hitting your services. Anyway, so going back to my point, I've already seen the sewer out here that is not on plan. So I've rang the office, I've sent them a message, and I've asked them to get in touch with the council, see if they can get us some plans for it. It's going to make it sewer. It's just going to make it easy if I've got plans of I know which pit it should be going to. I can just lift the pits and line up and make sure it's there, rather than throwing a rod where it goes. But hey, anyway, it's all part of it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set the GPS up first. We're going to plot all this on the plan. So if I put it all on, so I'll get the GPS started first, just so I can get the satellites, just so I can know it's working good. Then I'll start locating the Telstra. Then I'll start locating the, so I'll finish the Telstra. There's some VicTrack here, and then we'll go through the rail signals and a few other things. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright guys, I've just gone and had a look at the Telstra. Seems a bit different to what's on the plan, which isn't out of the ordinary, I know. Let's go for a walk and see what we can find. There you go guys, this is a bit different for you, a bit of a different perspective. See it from my eyes, you can see what I see, or sort of. Alright, so we're going to try to find this Telstra and see if it comes across the road. So it's going in a P100 and then up the top looks like it's direct buried. Shows in pipe, but I say it's direct buried, just in a pipe like pipe like that to get out of the pit. So it's getting away. So we'll start away from where it should be. And there she is right there. 1.4 deep. There we go. Someone else has been here before and marked it for us. That's nice of them. And let's have a look in this pit. And there we go. There's that one by itself on the right hand side. That must be it there. Yep. And we might be able to get this other guy coming up this side. Let's see if we can get this other guy. There we go. So let's mark this one while we're at it. Let's see, milliamp reading. 4 milliamps, yep, that's okay still. And what was the depth? 0.6. And let's just check if we got a good round field. Beautiful. Alright, let's mark her up. There we go again, someone's marked it. They've used orange instead of white, but anyway. 2 meters deep. Okay, so that is Telstra crossing the road and Telstra coming up this way. Now, actually I was going to finish off the Telstra down there. And then there should be Telstra in the paddock, but there should also be a second line here. I want to try and find a second line if I can. That's what the plan says anyway, I can't see it anywhere. But let's double check. Good, so that's that one going into there. But there should also be another main one. Look at this post. I'll show you what's on this post. 16 feet to cable, going that way. So going that way 16 feet, there should be another cable in the paddock going across. So I want to try and find that one if we can. Although I think we might be out of the area of works now. But I'll just still see if we can find it, it can't hurt. Actually, I'm not thinking, I might even just try just in basic radio mode because it is out of their area, so they're not going to be too concerned on depth. Let's just see if we can pick her up just doing radio mode. Okay, so there's that one. We know that one that we marked before. And that could be that one. So what we could do now is we could go and put the transmitter on it and try spillage mode and see if we can locate it via spillage mode. Alright, I'm going to put a dot there and then I'm going to grab the transmitter and see if I can pick it up. As I say, they're stopping the works around here, so it is out of the area where they're working, but it is nice to tell them where it is, just so this way they can they know they can tick it off. According to the plan, there should be a manhole down there. I think it could be near the wood pile, and yeah, we haven't got the plan of how far it goes that way, but what we have got, this doesn't show any pits up the cable, but no pits. If I had someone else here with me, I'd probably do a 2-man sweep, but we'll just try this for now. Go back to 33 again. No, not nice. Alright, let's try something else. It's a quiet road, so I think I can put this in the middle of the road without any issues. Going on here. Nah. Let's try on the side so it picks up everything but this. Nope. Alright, we might have to go for a drive up the road, see if there's a gate we can get into, and go see the farmer and ask if we can go have a look in his paddock for a pit. But I think we'll leave that for now. As I say, it is out of the area of works, so we'll come back to it if we've got time after. Let's go close this other pit. Alright, so according to the plans, there's also another Telstra cable up there, and that's what I want to go find now. Alright, so far I haven't found any Telstra manholes, but let's go for a walk. The plan says it's around here somewhere. What's that? No. I do have a pit lid locator I could use. I can grab that out in a minute, but for now, let's just keep walking and see what we see. Hopefully there's no snakes. There she is, I think. There's something. Yep, that's her. There we go. How good am I, hey? I think I might need a shovel. Yeah, I'll be back. So did you notice I had a bit of a weird signal there, so I came up here, located it there, and then followed it back. So every now and then if you have issues locating it, you go somewhere where it's nice and clear, and then follow it back to where it should be. I mean, ideally, you should really start at the end position and work your way back to it, instead of what I'm doing right now, which is walking along it. Let me show you where that one went. So you got it coming along there, around, and then up along this way. Follow the white dots. Have a look over here. Take a look how close they got when they put that in. That is for the optic fibre that is 12 metres away. And of all spots to put it, they put it directly over a 100 pair cable that's directly buried. So look at that. Yeah, they couldn't have planned it any better. Anyway, now remember this manhole that I tried to lift with the shovel? Let me show you it. She is one of these old concrete ones. These ones here, Telstra is actually black band and, WorkCover I should say, that you're not allowed to use these ones anymore, just trying to get rid of them all. But still in country areas like this, there's still a few around. But these you can't lift by yourself. For those of you that are locators, if you're watching this, don't try and, let me just pack up. Don't try and lift one of those pits by yourself. You will just kill your back. They're extremely heavy. So hence why I didn't lift it as soon as I saw what it was. I was still able to locate the cable. I just can't give them a depth on it. That's all it is. But yeah, so these concrete ones here. Now, yes, I have lifted one before, but it was just crazy. Yeah. Highly recommend it. Don't do it if you're by yourself. All right, let's pack up and move on to the next one. So I've been going back and forth trying to work out where these water mains are. I've been really struggling. So there's 2 water mains out here. The third one is a sewer main, so it's a pressure main, so we can't locate it. We can't put a rod down it or anything like that. So I'm just going to have to tell them where it is, give them a guide where it is. I might even be able to get some plans from the Water Authority. But anyway, the hard one that I've been struggling with is the water main. There's a mild steel water main, so it's very simple to locate. You think it'd be very simple to locate because it's mild steel, and I have struggled because you still need, regardless of being mild steel, you still need to put the transmitter down or hook onto it somewhere. And there are no fire plugs out here. There's no indication of where it is. There's no marker post. There's no nothing. There's no offsets on the plan. There is nothing. I've struggled, but I think I've just found it. Have a look at where it is. Well, actually, you're not going to see it from here, but I reckon it is in the centre medium strip over there. So it is where they're working. I'm going to go over in a minute with the GPS and pick it up, but they're going to be boring from that pole over there. So it's going to be right next to where they're working. So I'm glad I found it. It's good. I'm going to send an email to the Water Authority and ask them to send us an aerial image, and hopefully it lines up with where I found it. But for now, I'm going to when I pick it up with the GPS, I'm going to still classify it as unknown because I haven't found any fire plugs or any endpoint. What you got to do when you're locating, you got to go. Even though you're locating just here, you've still got to walk to an endpoint just so you can confirm it definitely is what you think it is. And when you're not hooking onto a pit or not hooking onto a fire plug or anything like that. So because I haven't done that, I'm going to call it an unknown, just to clarify, just so they understand that it's not 100% that it's definitely the water surface. It could be something else, but I'm pretty confident it is. Anyway, remember this Telstra that I had trouble finding before, and I said I knew it's in the paddock, the manhole. Silly me, didn't read the top of it properly. It was 16 feet to cable. So what I've done, I've just put the transmitter down 16 feet away, and I've been able to find it. Let me show you it. See the pink dot just there? Comes through here. Now again, I haven't hooked onto it, so it is only a guide. Pink dot. Sorry, no, it's not only a guide, so it's only a unknown. So I'm going to put on the plan that's unknown. We really need to get into the pit to confirm depth and confirm that it definitely is what it is. But it's the only thing on the plan that I haven't located, so I'm sure that's it. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you, just so give a bit of conclusion. That means we've done everything out here. Let me show you it. – 16 feet. See the, yeah. Hey, it happens. At least I worked it out. All right, guys. So that is it out here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think we did pretty good out here. There was a fair bit to do and got it all done. I'm going to get back on this highway and head home before it gets too late. I hope you guys have all had a lovely day, and we'll catch you on the next job. Take care. Bye.